welcome our CEO to invite somebody very special this amazing evening. Please, with a round of applause, let's put our hands together for Obadiah as he comes up on stage. Makofi kwake Obadiah tafadhali. Tupigeni Obadiah makofi tafadhali as he comes up on stage. He needs to invite somebody very special and then we'll proceed on to the program. One more time for Obadiah tafadhali.
Good evening, everyone. It wasn't time for speeches, but this special person will be leaving very soon. It's my honor and pleasure to invite Dennis Itumbi to come and address the audience. Thank you. Can we clap as he comes?
Wapi makofi yake Dennis Itumbi tafadhali, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes up on stage. Please, let's celebrate him one more time, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes up on stage. The head of Presidential Special Projects and the Creative Economy. Karibu sana Dino.
Good evening, all. Good evening. I will ride with the protocol as established. I would not know exactly who is in the room, but I seek to ride with the protocol as established by those who have spoken before me. It gives me much pleasure to participate in the culmination of this dream. When this dream started, it was just words, but today it's good to see the dream come alive into action. As a person, as a consummate consumer of events, you know, most people know me from the job I do with politicians and for politicians. But I'll tell you, there is absolutely no politics without events. From the year 2013, politics stopped being a microphone event and became an optic kind of thing. So every time you launch an event, you actually remind me that our politics have since moved from what people call on top of calves into an event business. I therefore congratulate, I come here to lend my congratulations to Obby Ventures as they start their journey into this market. I know this is not their first event. I know they have already started doing events. I know, I also chair the Presidential Thematic Committee for National Holidays, and I know that already you are in business and you're already being hired for even presidential events. Being a young company that has already gotten into the market and already found itself into State House shows that you are not here to joke, you are here for competition. I therefore come to join you to sound a warning to those who have been established before, that here comes a new kid who is not crying on the stage, but laughing their way to the bank. You know, our journey to Nairobi was itself an event. For some of us, when we came to Nairobi, we did not know anyone. That is why it still baffles me when people say they are godfathers or you need to know someone to be somewhere. When we ourselves landed into this town, I didn't know Uhuru Kenyatta, who I later worked for as his digital manager at State House. I did not even imagine I would ever come to know him. In fact, I say the story that the first time that I worked for Uhuru Kenyatta, he called me and told me, my name is Uhuru Kenyatta and I would like to meet you. And I said, if you're Uhuru Kenyatta, then I'm the King of England. And I disconnected the call. He called again and called again. The fourth time I decided to listen to this quote-unquote madman who was calling me. And he told me we meet at a hotel that was operational then called the Intercon. And when I went there, he told me I'm in a pickup. Then I knew for real this was the fake Uhuru Kenyatta. But when I went to the pickup, I actually met him driving the pickup. I got into the pickup. He took me to South Bay, into some what I would describe a dingy place. To his standards then, for me it was the places I would go to. And when I went, he introduced me to several guys. And after that, he took me to a place in Jimuru, I remember, where there was an old woman who had like 7 kids that were coming and bringing a report form. And he was looking at it and giving some comments. We then drove back to Nairobi. All this time, he hasn't told me why he's called me. And he finally told me, I want to be president of Kenya, and I think you can help me. So I laughed because I told him, you know, I've never made myself an MCA. How then do I make you a president of Kenya? He said, he just wanted to know whether he would win the election. So I said I needed a week, and I'll get back to him. After a week, I went back and told him, you can't be president, my friend, because people are saying you are one, a hopeless drunkard, 2, you are a child of privilege who has grown up with a silver spoon in the mouth. And finally, you have not convinced anyone that you can be president of Kenya. As history would have it, we then designed the campaign for the current president, President William Ruto. And the campaign this time around was a different event. In 2013, the event was done with very high precision, with event companies, sometimes combining 2 or 3 of them. But now we had to do a different campaign that was done in markets, was done along Mahindi Choma places along the road, and was done in town halls across town. He then, as you all are aware, became president, and the next time I'm hoping Obby Ventures is going to be setting up my campaign to be president. So I come here because I'm looking for a free stage to set up for my campaign. I also, finally, as I conclude, would like to say the following. Please, as you get into the events business, imagination without doing is basically nothing, said a person who lived before me. So imagine, create. You have the luck that a few days ago I got a job which I accepted yesterday to coordinate the creative economy in Kenya. Please, as you make money, spare 10%, not only to go to the church which you subscribe to, and I can almost guess which it is given the majority of the people I can see here. As you give that 10% to the church, give 10% to the growth of the creative economy. We are very able, talented musicians across this country whose only problem is that they don't get a platform. We have event companies who get into this business just to make profit from people who are already established. I encourage you to be the event company that sets up for free at 10% of your profit for young musicians, young filmmakers, and to also mentor people who want to get into the business of events, so that then we may create a creative economy that, every time you create a star, you're actually creating the next business. So I encourage you to donate 10% for every 10 events you get, at least set up for free for a creative economy event. A person who has just composed a song, they don't know how to launch, set for them a 3D stage like I can see on top here, so that then we can grow the creative economy together. On the other side, as I got that job, I also got a job as the head of the presidential special projects. I'm still trying to define what that will encompass and what I will avoid in that journey. It's always good to have a job that you create yourself, because then you can decide to sleep on Monday, wake up on Tuesday and work, go off on Wednesday and Thursday. But why I'm mentioning that is because I intend to work with you, and I intend for us to, whereas I know by the launch that you have chosen Kempinski, and therefore looks like your target will be middle class, I intend to take you to the villages. I want to take you to the villages so that we can go and observe the houses. I would intend to take you to the village where the housing program is happening. I intend to take you to the village where the new funding model is happening. I just met a lot of university students this evening, and we had a conversation. I intend to take you to the village to discuss shift, where we are dropping from 300 shillings to 199 for the most vulnerable. Sometimes the story of William Ruto is not told, that he has kept the promise to the hustler and has affected the middle class, a majority of whom we are seated here. That is why we are complaining about the funding model, because he's saying if you earn a little bit more, you pay a little bit more than the guy who wants nothing. And that is the new funding model. So that is why there's a complaint, because it affects middle class. I must report you to these great people that I have given you business and you delayed a little bit, you lost one business. Please don't lose the next one I'm about to give you. Be chap. And because you have launched in Kempinski, now I know. Next time I want to give you the business, I will call you to Kempinski. Maybe it's because I called you guys uko kwa vibanda kule mimi wenda. Next time I'll make sure I call you to Kempinski so that you can take the business quick enough. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you and keep you.
Thank you very much. Please, what more coffee and a So ladies and gentlemen, like I told you, every one of us is going to take a special Obby's Venture pack home. So this one is especially for Dennis. To know more coffee at Dennis,
Kwa sababu mliona, this gift has been given to my younger brother, not to me, because EACC required that when I get a gift, I go and declare. So it is not me, I'm just receiving it on behalf of my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please hold him a coffee and Dennis I'll just celebrate a few of our super celebrities that are with us this great evening. Keep on recognizing the presence of all our dignitaries as we proceed on. Right now though, allow me to welcome friends of Obby's Ventures that will be sharing a few remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Standard Media Group, naomba tafadhali tumpigie makofi Mr. Peter Theuri as he comes up on stage. Please a round of applause for Peter Theuri.
Thank you very much and good evening everyone. It's a big occasion. I think you should be louder than you are right now. Mr. CEO, I'll call you that from today on. I knew this man since a few days after he was born. We grew up in the same village. We went to the same public primary school up to some point. And then I went where I went, he went where he went, and then we reconnected. I was just telling him that when he called me 2 months ago, just over 2 months ago, about this, he was in Australia, and I was in Berlin in Germany. I came back this week. And I was telling him just how special I thought it was that we were in different places on merit. But growing up in the small village, you know that village where there was fire tragedy in some school today, right there. So growing up there and going to the school we went to, I don't think either of us thought we would be here on a day like today, or that we will be at some point where we are calling each other from different continents out there on merit. I congratulate you, my brother. It's been big, and I know we are only going to get bigger. Now, there's a story that's told, I won't be here long, there's a story that's told about Bata, the shoe company, and of the first time they came to Africa. I don't know how realistic this story is, but it's an inspirational story because there were two people discussing about bringing Bata to Africa, and the person who wanted to bring the company gets someone to challenging them and telling them, now, why are you taking your company in Africa where people don't wear shoes? And this other guy who wants to bring the shoe company to Africa responds by saying, that's why I'm taking it to Africa, because they don't have shoes, it's a market. And this guy has seen the market. I like the fact that you have not given up from the first moment you started this, because it's a long journey for those who know him. And I like the fact that he has decided to take this risk. I want to tell you something, that I have been a business reporter for some time at the Standard, and even a senior business reporter in the company. And I've interviewed the who is who in this country. And I also know some stories of people who've done real things in the world, and the people we have, like the people whose inventions we use today. It takes a great risk for you to get it done. It takes a great risk for somebody to think about it and to start it. It took a great risk for the Wright brothers to think, we can fly actually. Where had there not been someone to take that risk then, we probably would be walking all the way to Australia. I don't know how you would walk to Australia, really. So it has to take someone to take the risk and start it in spite of what everyone else is saying. I'm glad that you took that risk. It's a moment for youthful CEOs to come up. Brother, you're there. We are following in your footsteps. The other thing that was said here, and I like what the preacher said, is, and also what the MC started with, is we who are here should be the first customers, or I don't know how to put it across, but we should be the first champions for this cause. That's why you're here in the first place. There's no business without a consumer. Like, we can't just be here and celebrate and leave and say, okay, Obby is doing well, he's gonna find a way to do it, we were there, we were happy, we saw it. You have to make sure that you're part of it from this moment on. Feel it, own it, that's why you're here, you will be home. It's a Friday evening, I mean, you could be anywhere else, but you're here for a reason. So keep on supporting it and feel like you're part of it. One thing I noticed in Germany, this is my last statement today, is that you have to say thank you every single time you served. And sometimes here we say, why are you thanking somebody? I paid you my money. I mean, you know, every single time there's a transaction, you both benefit, because had that person not brought that commodity closer to you, wouldn't have gotten it. It helps you. You're paying your money, but learn to appreciate the other business as probably a way to open yours. But learn to be part of that other venture. I'm your employee now. The next time I'll be here with everyone else, because I'm part of the business from today. Thank you, brother. I wish you all the best, and fellow customers, fellow subscribers, We are all a big family now. We are all Obbies. Thank you, and may God bless
We
you.
have also seen, especially the last disruption that came about in the year 2020, which was the COVID-19 epidemic, which actually disrupted the way we do things or the way we used to do things. And I'm sure you remember there's a time we could not even go to work, and we started working from remotely from home. Churches, we could also not tell our places of worship physically, and for the human being to survive, there had to be some adjustments, some disruptions that actually technology came in handy that time, whereby communication could be done through teleconferencing, especially things like Zoom and other meeting facilitation platform. We are also looking at AV and EM tools, helping to attract and retain talent. And what we are saying that in today's tech-savvy young professionals, we are looking at the Gen Zs. They value modern workplace equipped with latest collaborative technology, fostering flexibility, learning, and social connection. And thereby, you are able to retain this crucial manpower or asset by actually having that environment where the young people feel that they belong. We are also looking at advertising and brand awareness, and this we apply to retail outlets, special events, and anywhere else selling or promotion of products. Audiovisual equipment is actually the perfect way to advertise goods today to customers in an entertaining and engaging way, without disrupting their regular shopping activity. And you have seen this maybe even in supermarkets where a lot of advertising goes on in-house. Healthcare, this is also impacted, and we are seeing from telemedicine to digital signage. Well-planned AV enhances patient experience, aids virtual routing of medical experts. Yeah, I think we have seen even operations being done, remotely, and even through maybe teleconferencing, and doctors are able to share, knowledge and even carry out operations. Hospitality, like the place that we are in today, and we are talking about branded media, which creates our inspiring first impressions. Maybe as you come, you get into the reception, meeting rooms. On the other hand, showcase properties seamlessly, in-room entertainment, and banquet audiovisual further elevate guest comfort levels in hospitality establishment. These are the trends, the trends nowadays. Then we're also talking about events and entertainment, live virtual concerts, immersive exhibits, game broadcasting, virtual reality, and augmented reality activations, made spectacles through specialized Pro AV setups, sparking wonder and capturing attention at the events. And this is what we are actually seeing now. What I can see even behind me, this one speaks to that. We are also looking at commuter travel. And we are seeing from departure, either you are using, whether it's a bus, whether it's a train, we are seeing from departure information screens on board, maps, movies, and then you have commuters benefit from informative and engaging digital signage across aviation, railway, sea, road, metro, and more modern transit experiences. Places of worship have also not been left behind. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, we saw this working very well during the epidemic, the COVID-19. Faith communities leverage AV for video-based sermons, streaming services online, multi-site conferences and presentations to foster engagement even among far-flung congregations in very remote places. The government also has a benefit or has something to benefit from event management and AV systems. And here we are looking at e-governance platforms, digital notice boards, video conferencing chambers, and command stroke control centers. These depend on versatile AV to serve citizens transparently and streamline operations across public departments and entities diligent.
Joseph, asante sana for those brief remarks. But short, ladies and gentlemen, he said why we're in this business. He explained why we're doing what we're doing and what the future looks like. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to do something for me. I want you to look around this amazing facility. All you can see is not hired. All you can see is not rented. All you can see belongs to us. And that is the future that we're guaranteeing you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have go-downs with several equipment that can suit your client's needs. And ladies and gentlemen, just to compound it further, listen, I've done events for a while. I love this interactive monitor. So no need to come with papers again on stage. Whoever's who's speaking where, all you need to do is just cue your speech somewhere else and you can actually interact with your screen. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the future that we're talking about. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having an opportunity where we'll explain a little bit longer about what the future looks like. But right now, I'd like us to welcome Engineer Moses Kenya, who's going to share a few remarks with us. Makofi kwake Engineer tafadhali as he comes.
My name, as you are told, I'm Engineer Moses Kenya. I'm a civil engineer. More than that, I'm also a pastor at African Holy Ghost Christian Church. That's why I pastor. And I think I have the biggest congregation here, as Dennis Itube said. And we are very glad to be here. Obadiah's dad is a fellow minister in the church. And also Obadiah works together with my son back in Australia. And those are some of the reasons why I'm here. And first and foremost, I would like to congratulate Obadiah for coming up with such an excellent venture. It's very commendable. I have had the privilege to go to the workshop. What we are seeing here is a tip of the iceberg. We've been there with Isaac. We have seen what they can offer and the size of congregation they can host. I can tell you it's marvelous. For such a young person like Obadiah to come up with such a venture, it makes us very proud as parents. to see our young children coming up in such a great way. It's also motivating to the young generation, the Gen Z, and the Alpha generation that are coming up to see there are no limitations in this world. God made us in his own image and likeness, and God is a creator, and therefore we are also creators. What you think, what you talk, you create. So we are very excited that such a venture can be created by such a young person. It's very motivating to our young people, and more so when our young people go outside the country, they invest outside. We are very thankful, Obadiah, for considering to invest back home, bringing the technology that you see, bringing the wisdom, the knowledge to benefit and to develop your home country. That is excellent, and actually we should give Obadiah a hard clap. We encourage others that are outside to bring more knowledge so that we can develop our country to the status of the developed nations so that we can also move forward. We are also very grateful because this creates employment here for our children and for our generation and for our people, and it also helps us to grow our economy. So this is an excellent idea. I'm also excited to note the excellent manner in which this event has been organized. Also the passion and the kind of equipment that are deployed. It is excellent, it is pleasing to our eyes. And I think Pastor Zachary said it has taken planning. It shows what planning can produce. And in your list, Zachary, I award you what I was taught by my management teacher, that time spent in planning is time well used. So when you plan your things very well, you expect to get good things and things that will be very attractive. And the Bible also tells us that whatever, in the book of Ecclesiastes 9:10, that whatever your hand fights to do, do it with your might, for there is no device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave. So whatever your heart fights to do, do it excellently, in an excellent manner, with passion, for the glory of God.
Praise the Lord! Amen. With all the protocol observed, I want to take this opportunity really to thank God for being here. And you know, I'm just surprised that I'm the first lady who is standing here to talk. Have you observed that? Yes. Ladies, clap for me. Glory to God. We are here to celebrate Obby Ventures. And this, to me, I'm very excited about this because always I talk to young people. Many people tend to think that somebody owes them something. And what I tell people, nobody owes you anything. If God has given you a heart and a mouth, you have to use it correctly. What do I mean? What you speak is what you get. And campaigning with the right people, engaging yourself to see the right people, and always watching the right things will change your mindset on the things that you see. So how did I meet this young man? I met Nicholas, I think many years ago, when he was working for his uncle in a farm that they are doing clearing and forwarding. I'm a pastor, but full-time pastor, part-time government employee. So when I say part-time, is because my letter of employment says that I get to the job at 8 and leave by 5 p.m. So that is part-time. But as a pastor, you are always 24/7 at work, serving people. So I met Nicholas in the office because we were doing some businesses with him. And I saw he was a young, vibrant man who was seeing the future. You know, sometimes you can be working for someone, but you know that as you're working for that person, that's just a step for greatness. There's a vision you have. So we spoke, we became close, and he was sharing so many things with me, the things he wanted to do. So early this year, Nicholas called me, and I met Obadiah with Nicholas, and they gave me an idea of these Obby ventures. And I think there are a few tips I gave them here and there that I'm so pleased to see some in the brochure, which means that they took them so seriously and worked on them. Whatever these young people are doing is a challenge to most of the young people. Because we have a lot of energy. There is a lot you can do. If you can never be employed, be an employer. Create employment for others. And what I can say, never go to school to be employed. Go to school because you know that you are coming back to be creative to form an employment for others. Is that not true? Now, there is something that I wanted briefly to say. That the extent of your vision is the boundary of your blessing. The farthest you see is the farthest you can go. God can never deliver unto you blessings that you haven't seen. He said to, let me just read something to you briefly. Maybe it will change your mind on the way you look at life and look at things. There's something God spoke to Abraham about. And he said that when Abraham was with Lot and then they separated, they parted ways. That is Genesis 13, verse 14 to 15. And the Lord said unto Abraham, after that Lot has separated from him, lift up now thy eyes and look from the place where thou art. So meaning, where you are is not the problem. Where you are going is the big issue. So you can start life in a place that people think that you amount to nobody. But your vision will make you somebody.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. James Mashere is my name. As I stand here, I'm not just standing here as a friend or as a business associate, but I'm standing here not just to make a speech, but to testify. Because a few months ago, I had an occasion that we were planning an AGM for a certain corporate that I handle their finances, and we are looking for an institution or a company, an event company that would be able to take care of about 300 people. Lucky enough, at least I had met Leah, who happens to be in charge of finances in this company, and as a by the way, as people chat, I said, you know, I'm preparing for this to present the audited books. And it's at that point that she actually spoke to me and told me, you know what, we are doing this. And I was like, oh, really? The few times that we've interacted, we never mentioned this. And she told me, give it a risk. And sure enough, I risked. But I stand here to confirm that we got the value for money, 120%, not just 100%. And like one of the speakers has said, the equipment you see here, I think this is just not even 10% of what is there. If you happen to go to the go down, trust me, they have a red carpet that can be able to cover the whole of Kasarani and Nyayo Stadium. So kama ni mtu wa kutaka mkeka ya ile ya red, you are well sorted. If you want an event that people will have, you'll have screens for everybody that possibly is sitting outside the premises. You are sorted. To Obby's venture, Obadiah, you've done it. Anytime you get an opportunity for an event, kindly think about Obby's, and we shall be blessed. I wish to end it at there, and may God bless all of us.
Thank you very much. Welcome to God there, Citizen James, for those very brief remarks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to find out what is this Obby's that we've been talking about. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to take us through who they are, what they do, what services we need to expect, Please, nataka tumpigie makofi as we welcome the Business Development Manager right here at Obby's Ventures. Wapi makofi yake Nicholas Kaino tafadhali as he comes to the stage. Please put our hands together for Nicholas. Where are you, Nicholas? Nicholas, where are you? Here you go. Nicholas, Nicholas makofi tafadhali as he comes up on stage. Now, Nicholas is going to be telling us about the whole story, the history of this great company, and of course, why you need to give us all your money starting from this evening. Nicholas, take it away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to welcome each of you today, and deeply grateful that you've honored our invitation. Your presence here is a big testament of the great importance of our company. First of all, I would like to, by show of hands, by show of gesture, we may not have met one another. I want to say, in show of signs like this, I want to say, tunasema asante sana kwa kutujoin leo, and we're really grateful. Secondly, as the Business Development Manager of Obby's Ventures, it's my pleasure to introduce our company, which has established itself as a leading event solution provider based right here in Nairobi. Our office is just next to Safari Park. We are all welcome. We don't just manage events, we bring visions to life. In our office, some of the slogans that we run, we say, wanasema, hakuna mkate ngumu mbele ya chai. Na sisi tunasema, hakuna event ngumu mbele ya Obby's. So our vision is to go beyond Kenya and become the foremost event solutions provider across East Africa. We aim to do this by consistently exceeding client expectations through personalization, professionalization, and commitment to quality. Whether it's corporate function, wedding, or community event, we believe every event should be unique, and we tailor our services accordingly. So I'd like to demonstrate when you say, what is events management? Ni kama unaulizwa unatoka wapi. Ukisema unatoka Mlima Kenya, you need also to say you're coming from where specifically. So I want to demonstrate in a short video what we actually do in form of a video. Mascot, I call upon you.
Dedicated to crafting unforgettable experiences. As East Africa's leading provider of comprehensive event solutions, our mission is clear: to exceed your expectations with unparalleled creativity, excellence, and a deep understanding of your unique needs. Whether you're planning a grand wedding, a high-profile corporate event, or an intimate gathering, we've got you covered. Our expert team handles every aspect of your event, from conceptualizing and designing themes that resonate with Kenya's rich cultural heritage to meticulously managing logistics, including transportation, venue setup, and everything in between. We pride ourselves on our vendor coordination, ensuring that every detail is perfect by collaborating with trusted local vendors from catering, entertainment, and more. On the day of your event, our professional team is on site to manage the flow, address any issues, and ensure everything runs smoothly. And once the event is over, we handle the post-event activities so you can relax and enjoy the memories. When it comes to equipment, we offer an extensive range ready for rent, catering to every need, from elegant tents and stylish chairs to dynamic stage platforms and vibrant dance floors. Our inventory ensures your event is nothing short of spectacular. Our photography and videography services are designed to capture every moment beautifully, whether it's a traditional wedding, a corporate lounge, or a cultural festival. Our professional team ensures that every memory is preserved with high-quality imagery and videos. For breathtaking aerial views, our drone photography services offers stunning perspective of Kenya's landscapes, making your event truly unforgettable. To ensure your message is heard clearly, We provide top-tier sound systems and advanced audiovisual services. From intimate gathering to large-scale events, our technology ensures that your event not only meets but exceeds your expectations. At Obby's Ventures, we understand the unique challenges of event management in Kenya. Our deep local knowledge, combined with our commitment to excellence and creativity, guarantees that your event will be extraordinary. Ready to bring your event vision to life? Contact Obby's Ventures Limited today, because the future is here and it's waiting for you.
Thank you very much.
I have to say thank you, and I congratulate Obadiah for this step that you've taken. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. And the team from Obby's, may God bless you as you continue to do much better, and everything that you think of giving. For sure, it's innovation. For sure, innovation gives excellence. And I'm here to say thank you so much. You're doing great to the young team, and may God bless you for everything that you're doing.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Please a round of applause for MK. Please, briefly, let's put our hands together for MK as she briefly shares her experience with Obby's. Please a round of applause for her, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Mabibi na mabwana, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. So my name is Milka Kabochi, and I have to admit that I was completely ill-prepared to do this today. Now, when I was invited, I was told it is a lounge, and so I said, yes, I'm sure there's going to be something to eat, there's going to be something to drink, and probably I will go home late, if you know what I mean.
That's coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. So when I came, I was not prepared to stand here, but then I was told, just give a confirmation or a testament that everything that is being said here today is true. And so I am here to say that it is true, and I will tell you why. So I have one job, and I will do exactly that. Sometime 2 months ago, I had the privilege of participating in having one of the most iconic East African gospel artists in Kenya. And so I wanted one thing and one thing for sure. Everything else did not matter, but I knew I wanted clarity and crisp sound. And I will tell you, I got that. I made a call, I was assured it was absolutely fantastic. So it's not see your story too. Bwana asifiwe. See your story too. So it actually did happen. So for your events, and I am sure, because I am an event planner, I said I am MK, I run MK Consult Limited. So I am sure that I am guaranteed of quality moving forward, and I want to assure you the same. Last thing, because I said I had one job, and this one job I will do, and then I will leave. But I have noticed that everybody coming up here is talking about who they came with. Now I will disappoint you a little bit that kind of person I did not come with. And the Lord is good, because with all these ministers, Muniombe, it shall be well. But I did come with a very special person. And that person is right there, my son Jesse. He is a music student at one of the universities in this country. He is studying music production and technology. So Obby's, as you are working towards offering quality services out there, we as parents are working to make sure that we give you the workmanship to support this team that will push you even ahead.
For your events that are coming up, I am not just saying it, but he is amongst one of the best DJs in this country right now. So please, Obby's, these are the products that we are going to push out again to support that team. In conclusion, God bless you, onwards and upwards, and I can assure you that for everything that I do and have the opportunity to support,
I will definitely support because it has only been actually quite good. God bless you, and whatever you promised, I will be waiting.
All right, thank you very much. Please just put our hands together for MK. Makofi kwa MK tafadhali. Please naomba tumpigie makofi as we welcome the CEO of Obby's Ventures. Wapi makofi yake Obadiah Kimani as he comes up on stage. Please let's put our hands together for him as he walks up on stage, ladies and gentlemen. Karibu sana. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you everyone for coming today and honoring the invitation. I'm also going to really disappoint you. I also don't have someone to introduce, but I'm going to introduce my family. So my mom, my dad, and my siblings, my uncles, please you be right so we can be able to introduce you to the audience. So that's my whole family. You can all sit down. Thank you very much. So I am a Kenyan, Kikuyu, born in Nyeri, raised in, I know Peter who preceded me said that we were born in a village, which sadly this morning we had very devastating news of the 17 dead students who perished in the fire last night. It's called Endarasha in Kieni West Constituency in Nyeri County. But tuko hapa sasa Nairobi, si ndio wale. I live in Australia, but I'm a Kenyan. I'm a really proud Kenyan. And that's why we came back to invest in Kenya. The little money we make in Australia, we come here because we own the country. And I would really want to give thanks to my team because a dream is only a dream. It's an inception stage, and then you strategize, and then you make it happen. And thank you so much, my team, for allowing us to be able to stand here. Hey, na nimeona tuko wengi hapa, wasanii kwanza acha niwatambulishe. Nimeona Mwalimu Rachel, Guardian Angel, mimi nakusikizanga sana by the way. Nimeona Diana na Bahati, but wananichoma na suti. Yeah, so thank you so much for being here. My speech is going to be very small. So growing up in Nyeri in a small Gitegi village, an event constituted of a colored tents. You can even enjoy hizo tents. Zinakuanga zimeandikwa Wimbi Men Association. And with a few forms. A few forms were not even chairs because they didn't have a place to lean on. The forms, zile, you know, munakaa tu chini unaomba Mungu usilale juu. So the forms were for the choir and 1 or 2 sofas for the clergy and a little table. The rest of us would be comfortable on the grass. That used to be it. We got through it. However, a revolution hit us, especially now, where an event became an experience for both the host and the guests. There is therefore a catapulted and induced need to be very modernizing the way we do our events. It is no longer about the host budget as much, as long as, we cannot ignore it because, as we said, we take both high-end clients and all small clients because at the end of the day, it's an event. So as I said, about the host budget, even if it plays a crucial role, it is shifted to the experience that your guests are going to take home. With this, Obby's was created. This is where Obby's comes in, and that is why it was birthed. Our main objective is to cater to your unique and individualized interests and needs that makes your event memorable and unique. You may ask yourself, what emancipates us from the rest, given that we are in such a saturated industry? I know Nick has touched as to why we are different, but I would also say we are very young. As you can tell, our team was here to tumeweza kupiga magoti na sijasikia magoti kisound. So that means we are very, very young. And we have an eye on the forever changing dynamics of our technology. I can stand here and talk about the values, but I won't. However, I'll just talk about our unique way of capturing modern technologies to better your every event. Being your graduation, we will make sure that your students forget about all unsubmitted assignments that render them a lower. We have Professor Waithima here, who is basically a vice chancellor to St. Paul's, and you know that graduation is really paramount to some of the students. We're going to make that experience enjoyable for the graduates and also for the institution, and also be it conferences, corporate events, to make your employees forget about all the tax deductions. We are committed, a team that works cohesively and collaboratively with our clients to ensure that we deliver beyond their expectations. We have every tool, every equipment, and every machine that is required to get the work done. We keep updating this regularly to ensure we remain unmatched. The other day, we also saw that our president could not make a speech for about 2 seconds because the iPad could not go on. As you can see, I'm not even touching mine. So this is basically a modern podium. So we're not going to be using this. So for the next event, kuja hapa. Biblia iko hapa. The speech is going to be here, and you are assured that you're going to make it to the end without trying to unlock. So simplicity is the very best. Revolution is here, and we are the future. As it sounds, it is going to be our slogan. And we're just not saying that the future is here, because you really have to assure your clients that the future is really here. And that's why I'm really happy to have those testimonials. And our company does not just deal with just the events. We do the pre-planning. For sometimes you have clients who don't know what they want. So we have a very interactive website that can be able to. When you walk into our website, you're going to find, our contact details, so we can walk with you from the ideas that you have to obviously trying to do a quotation for what you need. And even after the event, that is why we were able to bring those people to come and give us some testimonials, because we want to follow up and get some feedback after the event to see how we delivered. We are grateful to be, a young team, and also privileged to have gone outside the country. The reason why we are back here is because we believe that the systems out there were invented by someone, that's why they're working. So we need to bring that knowledge back here and see how we can be able to transform this. As the MC said, for my team, Dina inaisha leo, kesho tunaanza kazi. We need, return on my investment. It's not little money, it's not still much. And I'm saying this because this is not the only industry we have out there. So there are so many industries. That's why we have the creative industry, we have business people here, we have those people who are employed by the government. Whatever you do, do it, at your level base. Just give it your all consistency. I had an interview last evening. I was telling them, and they were laughing, that nilikuwa nakatakata mboga Githurai in 2014 after I finished high school. That was true. So standing here is in itself a testament that dreams do come true. It's just a matter of just how much you need it, and how far you can see, as Pastor Olo has said. So thank you so much this evening for coming. And without further ado, I'm just going to bring MC Lodge and some people to introduce Obby's to the world.
So please begin to see your makofi tafadhali. Now finally, the whole Obby's team, please, I'd like us to just stand up so that we can celebrate you wherever you are, all the staff tafadhali, so that we can just wave at you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the Obby's Ventures staff. At this particular juncture, it would be so unfair for us to have such an amazing ceremony without a cake. So ladies and gentlemen, what I'll ask us to do is we'll set up the cake up here. Once we do that, we'll be ready to have our dinner. Then after that, we'll be ready to whisk you out. The members of the Fourth Estate are ready to host you for a couple of interviews, and they are already on standby for that. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to repeat after me. The future is? Yeah. I can't hear you. The future is? Yeah. Now ladies and gentlemen, from here, we start being their customers. So it's your birthday. It's your wedding. Unfortunately, mazishi, not si yako, kama iko mazishi. Right? Nini ingine? Kanisa. What other thing? Political rally. What else? Baby shower. Mwalimu. Baby shower. Concerts. Listening parties. The home is Obby's Ventures. And my challenge to you, especially if you're in the creative industry, come, show up at next to USIU. There's an amazing, lovely office. Sit down and negotiate. Tell them this is a value I can bring to the table. I know he'll listen. I can tell you that for a fact. He will definitely listen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Rhythmic Band. We're going to be leading us in a special cake cutting session. We can get a knife, please. Please, on the count of 3, I want us to shout, the future is here. Are we ready? Are we ready? 1, 2, 3.